In this video, we'll be taking a look at 4 NBA games happening on January 20th, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 8 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 4 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Phoenix Suns versus Cleveland Cavaliers. The Phoenix Suns travel to Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse to face off against the Cleveland Cavaliers in what promises to be an exciting road matchup. The Suns entered this game riding high after a hard-fought victory over the Detroit Pistons in their previous outing, while the Cavaliers managed to edge out the Minnesota Timberwolves in their last contest. Both teams have shown flashes of brilliance, but their paths to this game have been shaped by distinct circumstances. The Suns have ruled out Jusuf Nurkic for this game, as the big man continues to deal with an injury, and Bradley Beal's status remains uncertain, with the team officially listing him as questionable. Meanwhile, the Cavaliers are also dealing with key absences, as both Isaac Okoro and Evan Mobley are unavailable for this matchup. For the Suns, the timing of this contest against the 35-6 Cavaliers could not be more critical, as they are beginning to find their rhythm with 5 wins in their last 6 outings. Despite this positive momentum, they face a daunting challenge in Cleveland, who have established themselves as a powerhouse in the Eastern Conference. One of the primary concerns for Phoenix heading into this matchup is whether they can compete with Cleveland's prolific three-point shooting. In their win over Detroit, the Suns made only 7 three-pointers, a figure that will not suffice against a team like the Cavaliers, who boast the best record in the East. Statistically, the Suns are competitive from beyond the arc, converting 37.6% of their three-point attempts this season, including a league-leading 38.9% on the road. With Nurkic sidelined, Phoenix will likely adopt a faster tempo to exploit their speed and agility, which may be their best chance of overcoming Cleveland's formidable defense on Monday. The Cavaliers have been somewhat inconsistent over their past 5 games, posting a 3-2 straight-up record during that stretch. This slight dip in form is uncharacteristic of a team that has lost consecutive games only once this season, underscoring their usual dominance. Head coach Kenny Atkinson must navigate this game without Isaac Okoro and Evan Mobley, 2 key contributors, particularly on the defensive end. Mobley's absence is particularly significant, as he is one of the few players capable of providing the size and defensive prowess needed to contend with Kevin Durant. Historically, Cleveland has struggled against Phoenix, winning just 2 of their last 9 meetings. However, it is worth noting that many of those matchups occurred before Cleveland's resurgence this season, as they have developed into one of the league's most dominant forces. For the Phoenix Suns, this game represents a major test of their character and resilience. Many fans and analysts alike are not expecting them to emerge victorious, but that underdog status could serve as their motivation. With Kevin Durant and Devin Booker performing at an elite level in January, it's fair to argue that 2 of the 3 best players in this matchup are on the Suns roster. Given their recent form and momentum, Phoenix has the potential to defy expectations. I believe the Suns can rise to the occasion and continue their strong run of form. Phoenix pulls off a surprising upset, so the Phoenix Suns to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The statistical trends also point to an intriguing battle. The over has hit in 48 of Cleveland's last 73 games, yielding an impressive plus 20.5 units and a 26% return on investment. Phoenix boasts significant offensive advantages on the perimeter and ranks 5th in the NBA in rim field goal percentage, converting at an impressive 66.3% rate. While Cleveland's defense is stout in the paint, Phoenix's ability to capitalize on open perimeter shots could help them create better scoring opportunities closer to the basket. On the other hand, Cleveland's explosive offense will pose a constant threat to Phoenix from start to finish. The Suns rank as an average to below average defensive team both on the perimeter and at the rim, making it crucial for them to maintain offensive efficiency to stay in the game. Cleveland leads the league in effective field goal percentage, rebound margin, and three-point percentage. Additionally, they are one of the fastest-paced teams in the NBA, ranking 6th in tempo, which will keep the Suns' defense on edge throughout the contest. Fortunately for Phoenix, they also possess efficient offensive weapons capable of matching Cleveland's pace. The Suns have been averaging 116 points per game over their last 10 contests, while shooting an impressive of 49.6% from the field. Nick Richards is expected to step into the starting lineup, providing the Suns with a much-needed presence in the paint, an area where they have struggled. Meanwhile, Cleveland thrives at home and has been an offensive powerhouse, averaging 122 points per game, leading the NBA in three-point percentage and offensive rating. Although Cleveland is expected to score in bunches, Phoenix's top 10 shooting percentage suggests they have the firepower to keep up in what should be a high-scoring affair. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Boston Celtics versus Golden State Warriors. The Boston Celtics, currently holding a 29-13 record and sitting in second place in the Eastern Conference, are gearing up for a highly anticipated matchup against the Golden State Warriors, who are 21-20 and ranked 10th in the Western Conference. This game is scheduled to take place on January 20th at the Chase Center. The Celtics are coming off a tightly contested 119-115 overtime loss at home to the Atlanta Hawks on Saturday, while the Warriors enter the game riding the momentum of a two-game winning streak, including a 122-114 home victory over the Washington Wizards on Saturday. This will be the second and final meeting between these teams this season, with the Warriors having claimed a 118-112 road win in their first encounter on November 6th. The Celtics will continue to be without the services of Al Horford and Kristaps Porzingis, while the Warriors remain shorthanded as well, missing Jonathan Kuminga and Draymond Green, with Stephen Curry listed as day-to-day due to an ankle issue. The Celtics have not maintained the same level of dominance they displayed earlier in the season. Although they fell just short in their overtime loss to the Hawks on Saturday, they remain in relatively better health compared to the Warriors. Given their competitive nature and the sting of their recent loss, you can expect the Celtics to come out with intensity and determination to bounce back strongly. Throughout this season, I have often bet against the Boston Celtics when they faced inflated betting lines, and this strategy has generally been successful. The Celtics have struggled against the spread with a record of 16-25-1, and they have even outright lost games where they were double-digit favorites. However, this game appears to be an exception. Boston is as healthy as they have been in quite some time, and they are fully capable of dominating their opponents when they are motivated to play their best. On the other hand, the Warriors are not performing well and will be missing key players like Green and Kuminga. There is also the possibility that Curry may sit out this game to recover for more winnable matchups. While this matchup could have been a showcase if both teams were at full strength, it now seems likely to be one-sided, with the Celtics having a significant advantage over the short-handed Warriors. So the Boston Celtics to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Defensively, both teams have shown vulnerabilities in recent games. The Celtics have allowed an average of 110.5 points over their last 4 outings, while the Warriors have given up 109 points per game in their last 5 contests. Both teams also tend to play at a measured pace, with Boston ranking 24th in the NBA with a 97.96 pace and Golden State ranking 14th with a pace of 99.56. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Utah Jazz versus New Orleans Pelicans. In a Western Conference clash set for Monday night in the Big Easy, the New Orleans Pelicans will host the Utah Jazz. This matchup pits two teams trending in opposite directions, with the Pelicans catching fire recently while the Jazz have struggled mightily, dropping 4 of their last 5 games. Adding insult to injury, Utah suffered a defeat to New Orleans in their previous meeting, a loss they will look to avenge. The injury report looms large for this contest as the Jazz continue to navigate the absence of key players Lauri Markkanen, John Collins, and Jordan Clarkson. On the other side, the Pelicans have ruled out Brandon Ingram, and Zion Williamson's status remains uncertain as he is listed as questionable. With so many crucial contributors either sidelined or in doubt, this is a game where checking the lineups shortly before tip-off is essential. The Jazz will face an uphill battle if Markkanen, Walker Kessler, and Collins remain out of action, as their lack of depth could make it exceedingly difficult to contain Zion Williamson. Markkanen has already missed 3 straight games, while Collins has managed to suit up for only one of Utah's last 13 contests, adding to their struggles. The Pelicans, however, appear to be rounding into form, especially with the return of both Zion Williamson and Trey Murphy III to the lineup. Even in Brandon Ingram's absence, New Orleans has made noticeable strides on offense, which had been a significant weakness throughout the season. The Pelicans ranked 25th in the league in adjusted offensive efficiency, tallying 110 points per 100 possessions overall, but their recent performance paints a far more optimistic picture. Over the last 5 games, the Pelicans have exploded for 122 points per 100 possessions, an impressive stretch that has coincided with a perfect 5-0 record against the spread. New Orleans Orleans enters this game riding a 3-game winning streak. In their last outing, they secured a commanding home victory over the Jazz, who have now lost 4 of their last 5 games, including their most recent 2. Utah's injury woes played a significant role in that defeat and could very well hinder them again in this rematch. The Pelicans have thrived at home and will likely put forth another strong showing against a depleted Jazz roster. In their previous meeting, New Orleans comfortably covered the 12-point spread and poured in 136 points, a performance they'll aim to replicate. Although the Pelicans are not yet at full strength, they are in a much healthier position than they have been for much of the season. This has translated to tangible success, with 4 wins in their last 5 games and a streak of 5 consecutive covers against the spread. In fact, the Pelicans have managed to cover in 7 of their last 10 games overall. Conversely, the Jazz seem to be trending in the opposite direction, as injuries have ravaged their roster, leaving them looking like a team in full-on tank mode. The Jazz's recent 13-point loss to the Pelicans occurred with Colin Sexton in the lineup, but he won't be available for this game. While Zion Williamson's availability remains uncertain, Utah's depleted rotation makes them a tough team to back in this spot. So the New Orleans Pelicans to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The scoring trends for both teams suggest this could be another high-scoring affair. The total went over in the last game between these teams and has hit the over in each of the Pelicans' last 3 contests, as well as in 4 of the Jazz's previous 5 outings. New Orleans has been on fire offensively, most recently lighting up the scoreboard for 136 points in their last game. They are well positioned to deliver another big offensive performance in this rematch. Utah, despite its struggles, has managed to score well in its last 2 losses, tallying 116 and 123 points, respectively, and they should continue to put up a respectable number here. While the Pelicans' offense has made significant improvements recently, their defense remains a major concern. Over their past 5 games, New Orleans has allowed 116 points per 100 possessions, ranking 27th in adjusted defensive efficiency at 118.1. Similarly, the Jazz are nearly as poor on the defensive end, sitting at 29th in adjusted defensive efficiency and surrendering 115 points per 100 possessions over their last 5 games. Both teams also share the same pace, registering 99 possessions per 48 minutes, which is tied for 15th in the NBA. Given the recent scoring patterns and the defensive vulnerabilities of both squads, it's no surprise that the over has hit frequently in their respective games. The over is 4-1 in the Pelicans' last 5 contests, 7-2 in their previous 9 home games, and 14-6 in the Jazz's last 20 overall outings. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Chicago Bulls versus Los Angeles Clippers. The Los Angeles Clippers are set to welcome the Chicago Bulls at the Intuit Dome on Monday night for what promises to be an engaging matchup. Both teams are approaching this game under different circumstances, with notable absences and recent performances shaping the narrative. The Chicago Bulls continue to grapple with injuries, as both Jevon Carter and Torrey Craig remain sidelined. However, there is a chance Lonzo Ball could make a return to the lineup after being rested during their previous game. Meanwhile, the Clippers have been building momentum, even without their star Kawhi Leonard, securing 4 consecutive wins and covering the spread in all of those games. This gives the Clippers a distinct edge, especially since they are playing at home and do not have to deal with the fatigue of travel, unlike the Bulls, who are on the second night of a back-to-back after a losing streak of 5 games. It's worth noting that 4 of those losses were as favorites against struggling teams such as the Trail Blazers, Hornets, and Pelicans. This reaffirms what I've emphasized in prior analyses: the Bulls consistently underperform when they are favored. The Clippers may opt to rest Kawhi Leonard to manage his workload, particularly given the back-to-back nature of the games. It's crucial to monitor the starting lineups closer to tip-off for any updates. That said, the Clippers' recent strides have been noteworthy, with their past 3 games showcasing their resilience and improved form. Even though they are not heavy favorites in this game, the line does not seem to accurately reflect their potential dominance. So the Los Angeles Clippers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Chicago Bulls are putting up an average of 117 points per game while shooting 47% from the field and are giving up an average of 120.5 points, with their opponents shooting at a 47.3% clip. From beyond the arc, the Bulls are connecting on 37.2% of their attempts and hitting 79.8% from the free throw line. On the defensive end, they are allowing opponents to shoot 33.9% from three-point range while securing 45.5 rebounds per game. On the other hand, the Los Angeles Clippers are averaging 110 points per game on 47% shooting and are holding their opponents to an average of 106.5 points on 45.4% shooting. The Clippers are converting 36.5% of their three-point attempts and shooting 78.2% from the free throw line. Defensively, they allow 34% shooting from deep while pulling down 44.2 rebounds per game. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.